All right, so let's move on to the next option here. This is called a text overlay. So let's add, as an example, I want to add some text. Now this new text box opens up and it allows me to add different types of text. So text is the dynamic, basically means it changes the size. So a lot of the times we can use this as lower thirds. I can make it shrink to fit. Basically, the text will shrink based on how big I make the box or small. Truncate means it'll actually cut off some of the text at the end, and scrolling ticker turns it into a long scrolling ticker that I can move vertically on the screen. So let's just leave it as dynamic and let's just see what this looks like. Okay, so that's my name. I'm going to click on add. And there you go. So if you looking carefully, you can see that it's got my name and it's got this tiny little shaded area behind it. So if that's something that you like, you can go ahead and just move that where you see fit. You'll see that it's an overlay that's on top of the video. Right now, if I move that name to overlay below the video, it shows up underneath, right? So you always want to make sure that your overlays are in the correct order. So for example, this could be my lower third. It could be my name. I can go ahead and change the text, or now you'll see I can change how it looks. So let's just go edit the text. Let's say I do not want the shadow and I want the text color to be a different color. So I want it to be, where's my red? Okay, so I'm going to get rid of this. So I want it to be red. Now watch, I can do that, or I can select a specific text and turn just that text into, so now I've got the McDonald's colors, red and yellow, and I can click on OK, and now you will see that the changes are immediate. So you could also go ahead and select the font style, so you can change whatever fonts you have based on what you have in your computer system. So let's say I've now used this type of style. Now you can also do the exact same thing and select specific text, and you can change the font style there. So sometimes what people do is, let's say I've got my name there. Let's choose a different font. Let's choose one. Yeah, okay, great. So now I've got that, and let's say I want to change the last three characters to that yellow or orange. Okay, and let me actually, let's do red and orange. And then this one, I actually want to turn into italic or oblique. So I can do something like that, and then you'll see that the name changes. Now, if I want to resize it, I can go ahead and resize it there. If I want more side to side, gap between the text there, I can do that. Now, if I wanted that text to be in the middle, I'm just going to double click on that, click on edit text. I'm going to select the whole thing and then just move the justification to the center. So you'll see now that my text is in the center of this wider box. So as I change the width of the box, it keeps this centered text in the middle there. Okay, so now if I go to the side, or the corner, excuse me, and I can change the size. So that's something like that. Now, if I don't want that background, I can go here into edit text and then say edit background, but it's just going to, do the exact same thing either up here, or I can double click and I can just say background color none. And that way now that's all gone and it's just my name over here. So this is one type of text overlay, or I can go ahead and change it to any of these other things, like let's say a scrolling ticker. And if I change to scrolling ticker now, what you'll notice is it's this full screen width bar that goes only up or down. I cannot make it only partial of the screen. So if I wanted to just stay on the bottom, then this is what I would leave there, and I would have whatever information that I have in that box scrolling through, right? And if you do have a scrolling ticker, you can go above the ticker itself and change the speed. So you can make it go very fast or extremely slow. And then when you double click on it, the text editor comes up again and you can change the different styles again. So let's move it back to default, and there it is. It's sitting in the corner there. So you can do something like that, all right? Now let's go through some of these other options here. Let's see, background. The text margin basically changes the margin between the text and the rest of the background. So if I wanted that background to be slightly dark, I can change the margin. I can add more space between the text and the edge of that margin there. I can add, again, I can go ahead and add a color. So if I wanted the text here to to have that border, I can do something like that. So let's switch this back to centered. And now I can have my name in a border, and the exact same types of things. I can go change the border width or add some, rounded corners to it. So this, again, really perfect for different types of lower thirds. I can change which corners have those the rounded edges. I can basically do all these other things as well. So these are some of the little more advanced design styles. You can cut out the text. So cut out the text, you'll notice that what it's doing is it's actually changing the way that it's in that overlay. So let's double click on that. Let's turn this background into, I'm just going to make it really bright green so you can actually see what's happening here. So you can see that my name is cut out from the background. So the font colors don't matter anymore. It's cut out. So you can see here, you can see my face through it. You can see my shirt through it. That is kind of another neat little style of what you could do for the text. I hope you're really enjoying this Ecamm Live Masterclass, because this has been an absolute joy for me to actually create. And the reason why is because I just love Ecamm Live, and I love the whole aspect of content creation, and I hope that you do as well. So please go ahead, leave some comments below. Let me know how you feel about this. Let me know if you have other questions about the specific topic that I'm sharing in this video. And another thing that I really want you to do right now is I want you to go ahead and scan this QR code or click the link in the description below, because this is where I'm going to be housing not only just this Ecamm Live Masterclass, but a lot of cool extras that are not going to be found on YouTube. So you have to register for absolutely for free in order to grab this content. It's in my member portal. So go ahead, scan the QR code or click the link in the description, and I will see you on the other side. Now, back to the regular show. Otherwise, you can just leave that out. You can change the opacity of the entire overlay. You can go ahead and rotate it, so clockwise and counterclockwise, and it'll snap to 0. You can change the perspective, so you can make it look like it's like rotating. So it's a little bit, it's like, oh, it's like 3-dimensional. So you can do stuff like that. Your blend mode, basically, these are more graphics. It's a little bit more advanced, I would say, but you can say darken, and it actually darkens whatever's behind it. So, but because it was green, so it's going to make it look like a darker green, right? Or I can say, instead of darken, I can go to multiply, so it amplifies what's behind it. I can go ahead and choose all of these different things to lighten it. So now this is the opposite. It totally turns everything a lot lighter. So you can go ahead and play around with those. This is something, again, it's kind of fun. And, as you start to play with it, you can start to see that there's a lot more and more and more that you can do with it to make things look really cool. Like, isn't that something neat? Like, it's almost like, wow, look at that. It's actually almost like this is like night vision, isn't it? So that's kind of cool. So you can play around with the different overlays for texts, and you can add shadows to the entire thing. You can do all those types of things. So anyway, it's fun. I have a lot of fun doing this. If you wanted to change the font size, you can either drag it from the box here, or you can say, let's say this one here and these text, or these 3 characters here, are going to be large characters. So you could do things like that. So the world's your oyster. You can customize this to however you see fit, and so just have a lot of fun with that.